Hello and welcome everyone, my name is Drewlik and we're doing PvP. Today, a bit more of the nice Powertech. I have two rather short games for you. They are both very short and I have put them after each other right now, so it's one big video because on their own they were too short. Don't know what this is. First game, enemies just left. Second game was just a total annihilation of the enemies. And yes, I did not play any other games, or at least I did not record any other games with the Powertech. So this is the only, games I have right now of the Powertech, and I just felt it wasn't necessary to make another Powertech video because I am having quite a bit of fun with the Powertech, I have to say. You know, the burst is, as it was already said, it was quite nice. As you know, he's doing a very good play right there, just giving me a nice blind effect right here. And this guy is not doing anything for some reason. Do not know what's going on right there, so I just proceed to burst him, you know, in an attempt to completely obliterate him. And it does work to some certain extent. You know, that was a nice burst. Not near as high as it could be, but as I said, you know, the gear isn't full yet, but you know. So, doing my favorite thing. With favorite I mean actually least favorite, because that's just how sarcastic and funny I am. I'm such a rebel. No, the thing is, I'm doing my favorite thing. I am chasing healers. You know, this is just how the game works now. I'm repeating myself, so just, you know, shut up and chase your healer. So that's what I'm doing. Now, he is, you know, he's just not interested in me. You know, I have to maybe accept that, but you know, I wouldn't be Drewlik if I would just blindly accept that. So you know, I just chase my goals. My goals in this particular instance is this healer. Now, I know that he's being pretty evasive. Get that joke? Evasive because no, it's not funny. So he's being pretty evasive right now, and you're kind of running away, and they lose interest eventually. You know, that's like in every good relationship. Or bad relationship for that matter. You know, sometimes when you lose interest, you know, you just run after other women. In this situation, this is a nice sage, and he goes down quite more easily. Look at him, he even, well, that was a nice 12k, or even 13k nearly. He even, yeah, got out of his bubble before my thermal detonator exploded, so that I could deal him damage. Now that is what I call true love right there, and I want not my enemies to respect my damage cooldowns a bit more. That would be very nice if that happened more often. You know, not like these kiting healers, which you know always trample on my heart. You know, when I use all of my nice bursts and they just survive. You know, that makes me very sad. They have to respect that. And you know, the guy is just trying to do something, just pulling him right down, because that's just what Powertechs do. I'm sorry, cannot. It's an old habit. You know, that's just something that happens all the time. So as this guy is getting, you know, butt fucked in the corner, we just, you know, have a merry and happy sing-along in mid right now, because there are no enemies left. So what's best right now is to just reinforce our position. Doing this by running over here, and you know, the maybe motivated guys right there, and you know, getting flanked in the back. So you know, just doing a nice 2v1 right here, which I'm not going to win, I believe, because yeah, just run away, because sometimes, you know, sometimes even Drewlik is a coward. So running away from that situation, and you know, just pulling him right back. As you know, don't want to play against a marauder, but you know, assault is fine. That's just, you know, kind of the stuff that you're doing. As a selective melee, as I like to call myself, you know, being very selective in my targets. Do not want to pick a fight that I do not want to be in. You know, it's kind of all or nothing if you're a Sith warrior or maybe a Jedi Jedi, Guardian or Sentinel, but you know, you can kind of select in which fights you want to be and which you do not want to be as a Powertech, and I utilize that quite often, even though right now I got back reaped by that nice scoundrel, even though I had the med pack, didn't use it because, you know, I was kind of thinking that the Sage was the last guy left. Fortunately, that was not true for me. But nonetheless, you know, as I am respawning and trying, you know, we've got all 3 turrets now, as I'm trying to build up my stacks and, you know, getting over to that turret, the enemies just leave the game because they are as cowardly as I look. And this is where that game ends. So, because that in itself is a bit dissatisfying, here is another game. So this is a hutball game, but fortunately not everyone leaves in this game, but rather we do quite the decent job of killing everyone, and not just killing everyone but also doing the points, which is what is the winning condition of this game, you know. Always play for the winning condition of a game. And sometimes, you know, just have fun. But, you know, in this game we kind of did both at the same time, which is nice, if you can do that reliably. So, right in the middle I just stunned everyone because I think that's a very nice thing to do if you're a Powertech, you know, kind of figuring this stuff out as I'm going along, but you know, if you have about, you know, 6 or 7 people which you can carbonize, then why not do it? You know, you're only making their day worse, so why not do it? So we have got the ball actually, which is nice, as you know, everybody gets finished off quite easily. Now this Vanguard, he's a bit tanky, as you know, he's a Vanguard, you know, that in itself is already true. So I'm just going over to the Shadow, but unfortunately I got what's that called? I got taunted. Yeah, I got taunted by the enemy Powertech, so I did not deal that amount of burst that I should have been dealing, but it is enough to kill a mere Sentinel right there, as the first point was done very discreetly over at their side, so they did not actually have a saying in that. You know, we just did that, and now I'm trying to pull him into the thing right here, and he actually jumps right into it because I did not actually get him the first time. Very, very considerate of him to jump right back into that thing for me. You know, maybe he knew that you know, it would look good on tape or something like that, you know. I'm just joking, he didn't know that. But, you know, it was very nice of him to do so, anyway. So, as I'm chasing around that commando, I just show him that my hydraulic override is a bit faster than his, and, you know, being right next to him, he just shows me that he's a healer, and he stuns me, because why the fuck not? Just stun me all day long, but, you know, the burst, sometimes the burst, you know, the burst is just a little bit too high for you. And he got chased down. As he should be, like a dog, you know, because maybe he's a dog. I don't know. I don't judge, but you know, he got chased down, as all mercenaries should get chased down, except me. If I'm playing a mercenary, don't chase me down, please. Don't do that. But you know, it's also a thing. You know, there's always 2 coins. 2 sides of the same coin. You know, I can complain all I like about certain things, you know. If at the end of the day I am doing them as well if I'm playing a different character, then I have to say it's kind of the mechanic of the character and I shouldn't complain too much about it. But I can complain about a certain, you know, certain type of player who only plays these kind of things, but you know, I don't know, I should. So again, you know, being in the game right now as I'm having these morally ambiguous questions about how I should feel towards certain classes, the Shadow just goes invis, because fuck him, and fuck Shadows, and fuck going invis, and you know, unfair class, rant. So, you know, just putting him right into the pit. This time he does not hop into it. Don't know, very, you know, if you call that inconsiderate, you know, very survival oriented of course of him, but you know, not very nice in terms of gameplay. Could have easily jumped into that acid pit and made this video a bit more hilarious. Give it a thumbs up. So yeah, this guy did not actually stand a chance. So I'm not walking onto that thing right here. I'm just waiting for a nice situation where I can actually burst somebody, as I'm looking for that guy that went in this, as I'm falling down into the container like the trash that I am. And, you know, just sprinting right back to the action because nothing happened right now. What a boring gameplay, isn't it? You know, we have about 20 seconds in which I just look into the sky, look who I can pull, see that it's nobody, and then, you know, just kind of run back into the action. Not something which is very action-packed, but getting right back to it right here as I'm bursting that healer. Now, he got out of the stun and immediately healed himself for 11 million healing, because that's just how healers heal. But enough of complaining, because the nice 7k finished him. So, right now, point after point is being dealt, as, you know, we're just kind of, you know, steamrolling over the faces. Not much, you know, has been done by me and my guild colleagues right here. We actually just, you know, killed the enemies a bit, to be fair, to be honest, you know, about it. But we are kind of on the end line right now, and I think this counts as playing ball into it, because, you know, we are at the actual end line where the points are being made. Now, if they had the ball and they were at our end line, then that would be pretty bad. But fortunately, because our teammates are that good, then what we're doing here right now gets a lot better and is actually, you know, beneficial for the game. So, in that term, you know, again, bursting on the commander. They have an awful lot of commandos, so this is also, I think, this is one of the reasons why we won. You know, they had a lot of commandos. Commando not that viable if in the wrong hands. Do have to say that, you know, do not want to actually pat myself on the back, you know, for playing a good commando, but, you know, if you're not good at it, you're not gonna do anything, because this class is not very OP. You know, it's not OP in the classical sense of being OP. Like, you know, this is the classical sense of being OP. You know, just kind of, you know, trying to pull somebody in there, did not work, but he pulled him in there, and a nice stun comes in, and a nice fire kill. I should make a compilation video of that, just pulling people into fire traps. I think that would make a very fun video. I don't know how to get enough game footage for this, but, you know, that could be a side project, you know, just pulling people into fire traps. It would make a fun video, I believe. And what was I saying? I was saying something about being awesome at the commando or the mercenary. So, yeah. So about that is that class. It has a very high burst and everything, and it's not that easy to play, not too easy to come about. And you know, if you've got 4 or 5 of them and they're not playing too hot, you know, as you could say it quite hip, you know, if they're not playing too hot, not doing too well, then you know, it's not going to be good. So this guy tries to roll right out of his death trap, and actually manages to do so because he has a roll and he has got mobility, and mobility is just I hate it when good players use mobility. What I was getting at is that not the most obvious choice, the mercenary or commando in this case. And if like I said, if you have got 3 or 4 commandos in the enemy team who do not actually know what they're doing, then your game will be quite easy. Speaking of quite easy, they just did 2 points quite easily, and we could lose this game. So, you know, kind of getting our shit together, and just trying to get that ball over the line. So, you know, just kind of hopping around here and trying if there's maybe some enemy, you know, of trying to stop him or something. Oh, find one. But this is the safe win right here, and this little game ends right here. Not the highest damage, but, you know, bear in mind I do not have actual PvP gear, and I idled for quite a bit as I was dumb. So, my name is Drewlik, you've been watching Drewlik PvP, and as always, have a good one.